You know what's crazy about fighting, man? It's not just two guys punching each other in the face. It's a human chess match with the highest stakes possible, your health, your pride, your career. And in that chaos, there are certain fighters who rise above everybody else, fighters who make you sit up on the edge of your seat because you know at any second something insane could happen. And Conor McGregor is one of those guys because when he walks into that octagon, the energy changes, the crowd shifts, it feels electric, like everybody in the arena and everybody watching at home knows they're about to see something wild, something unforgettable. And that's what makes him so fascinating. It's not just the left hand, it's not just the knockouts, it's the aura, the creativity, the precision, the psychological warfare, it's the whole package. And that's why people can't stop talking about him. Love him or hate him, he brings this storm of unpredictability every single time. And that's what we're diving into right now. We're going to break down exactly what makes Conor McGregor so explosive, so dangerous, and why his fighting style still has the whole world buzzing. So buckle up because this ride is going to be wild. You know, people always talk about Conor McGregor's left hand like it's just some regular punch, but that's missing the point entirely because that thing is different, man. It's not just power. It's a weapon. It's a fucking rocket launcher attached to his shoulder. And what makes it so devastating is not just the force, it's the way he throws it, the timing, the confidence, the precision, and the way he lines it up so perfectly that by the time it connects, you're already halfway gone. You don't even realize what just happened. Like, think about all the guys he starched with that shot. Jose Aldo, 13 seconds, boom, fight's over, one punch. That wasn't just a lucky shot. That was years of mastering distance, setting the trap, pulling the trigger at the exact millisecond when his opponent committed. And the thing about that left hand is it's like a sniper rifle. It's not wild, it's not sloppy, it's surgical, it's laser guided. He'll feint, he'll show you the shoulder roll, he'll dangle his right hand like bait. And then when you bite, he slings that left hand across the cage with such speed and precision that it's like you've been hit with a baseball bat. But here's the real crazy part. It's not just the physical mechanics, it's the belief behind it. Conor throws that left hand like he knows it's going to land. There's zero hesitation, zero doubt. And when a fighter believes in his weapon that much, it changes everything. Because fighting isn't just physical, it's mental warfare. And when you know you've got a nuke in your arsenal, you fight different, you walk different, you approach every exchange like you're holding the keys to the whole fight. And opponents feel that they know it too. That's why they hesitate. That's why they flinch. Because they've seen what happens when that left hand connects. And let me tell you, it doesn't take many. Conor doesn't need to land 5, 6, 7 punches to knock you out. All he needs is one clean shot, and it's lights out. That's why commentators, fighters, analysts, everybody talks about it, because you can train for it, you can game plan for it. But when it lands, there's no answer. That left hand is like an equalizer. It can change the whole fight in a split second. The thing about Conor McGregor that people don't really appreciate until they rewatch his fights in slow motion is his timing and precision. Because it's not just that he hits hard, it's that he knows exactly when to hit you. And that's what separates good strikers from great strikers. And Conor is in that rare category where it looks almost effortless, like he's seeing the fight in slow motion while everyone else is stuck in real time. And the best example is Aldo, right? 13 seconds. People always say, oh, it was a fluke, it was lucky, but no, watch it again. Aldo charges in with that big right hand and Conor just slides a half step back, slips out of the way, and throws his left at the perfect moment right on the button. That's not luck. That's timing. That's anticipation. That's understanding how your opponent moves and capitalizing on the exact window where they're most vulnerable. And he's done it over and over again. Dustin Poirier the first time, same thing, clean counter, Alvarez, multiple knockdowns. It wasn't just brute force. It was Conor placing those shots exactly where they needed to land. And that's why guys go out cold, because when you hit the chin with perfect precision, you don't even need massive power. The brain shuts off. It's a switch. And Conor's accuracy is unreal. It's like watching a sniper. Everything is lined up. He controls distance so well, he makes you think you're safe. Then you step just a little too close, and he punishes you instantly. And it's the confidence, too. The way he throws his punches. No hesitation, no wasted motion. Just pure sharp execution. And when fighters are that precise, they don't need volume. They don't need to overwhelm you with 10 shots in a row. They just need one clean shot, maybe two. and you're done. And that's what makes him so fascinating, because his style is built around that concept, that razor edge between chaos and control. He doesn't go in there swinging wild. He's waiting, reading, downloading your patterns. Then he times you like a trap. And the second you fall into it, boom, you're on the canvas staring at the ceiling, wondering what the hell just happened. And that is what makes timing and precision such deadly tools in the fight game. And Conor McGregor has mastered that art at the highest level. One of the wildest things about Conor McGregor that doesn't get talked about enough is the psychological warfare, because before he even throws a punch, he's already inside your head. He's already setting the tone. And that's such an underrated aspect of fighting, man. Like, people think it's all physical, but this game is mental as hell. And Conor has mastered that mental side better than almost anyone. You look at the press conferences, the weigh-ins, the way he stares through his opponents, the trash talk, the confidence, the swagger. It's not just for show. It's calculated. It's designed to make you question yourself, to make you doubt. And when a fighter goes into the cage with even the smallest crack in their confidence, that crack gets ripped wide open. The moment things start to go wrong, and Conor knows this, he feeds off it. Like with Jose Aldo, he spent months just drilling into his psyche, mocking him, stealing his belt at pressers, getting in his face, never backing down. So by the time fight night came, Aldo was a bundle of nerves. He rushed forward like a man possessed, and that's exactly what Conor wanted. He made him emotional, reckless, predictable, and boom, 13 seconds, fight over. And you can't tell me that wasn't a mental victory before it was a physical one. And you see it with Eddie Alvarez too. Go back to that build-up. Conor dominated every moment outside the cage. He controlled the narrative. He belittled him, called his shots, and Eddie walked into that fight like a man already beaten. He didn't fight with his usual composure. He was rushing, panicking, leaving openings, and Conor just picked him apart. And that's the beauty of psychological warfare. It changes the way fighters act. It makes them fight out of character. It forces mistakes. And Conor uses that like a weapon. And here's the thing. He doesn't just talk. He backs it up, because when you talk that much and then you actually go in and flatline dudes, it cements the legend. Now future opponents carry that baggage. They remember what he did. They feel the weight of the hype, the pressure of the moment. And that's when the mental game eats at them, because they're not just fighting a man. They're fighting the aura, the shadow of everything Conor has done before. And that's why his psychological warfare is so effective, because it's not just words, it's mind control combined with the threat of very real consequences. The thing about Conor McGregor that makes him such a terrifying dude to stand across from in those opening minutes is the way he comes out of the gate with this insane level of explosiveness. Like, the first round or two with him is like walking through a minefield. Every movement feels dangerous. Every feint feels like it could turn into a knockout shot. And that's why so many guys just crumble early, because he's at his absolute sharpest when the fight starts. Everything is dialed in. The timing, the power, the speed, it's all peaking in those first exchanges, and it's wild because you can see it in the way he moves, that karate stance, the wide base, bouncing in and out, firing off kicks to measure distance, then exploding with that left hand like a cannon. And it's not just that he hits hard, it's that he unleashes this violent burst of energy with zero hesitation. So when he decides to go, he goes 100%, no second guessing. And the shot lands before you even realize he's thrown it. That's why fights like Aldo, Poirier the first time, Eddie Alvarez, all ended so quick, because those guys weren't ready for that level of intensity right out of the gate. They thought they had time to settle in, feel things out. But Conor doesn't give you that chance. He comes in there like a predator trying to kill fast. And that explosiveness is tied to his confidence too. He's not pacing himself in those early minutes. He's hunting. And when a fighter believes he can end the fight with a single shot, every strike has a different kind of danger. And that's what makes him so effective. Like, think about Eddie Alvarez. Conor just lit him up in round one, dropped him multiple times, all because of that explosive combination of speed and power. Alvarez couldn't breathe, couldn't reset, and Conor just overwhelmed him, and you can argue cardio issues later on, sure. But those first rounds, that's his world. That's his danger zone. And fighters know it. They come intense, cautious, because if you make even the tiniest mistake in those opening exchanges, Conor will detonate. And that's why his early round explosiveness is one of the scariest weapons in UFC history. What makes Conor McGregor so damn exciting to watch is not just the knockout power or the trash talk. It's the unpredictability and creativity he brings into the cage because you never really know what the hell he's going to throw at you. 1 second, he's bouncing on that wide karate stance, flicking out a teep to your body. The next second, he's spinning into a wheel kick that whizzes past your head, and even if it doesn't land, it makes you think. It forces you to hesitate, and that's the genius of it. He's constantly giving you looks you're not used to. He's not some traditional boxer who just jabs and crosses. He's mixing in capoeira-style kicks, oblique kicks, spinning back kicks, even that wild shoulder strike against Cerrone that nobody saw coming. Like, who the hell uses their shoulder as a knockout weapon? But that's Conor. He sees openings where other fighters don't, and that's what makes him dangerous, because unpredictability creates chaos, and chaos is where he thrives. When you don't know what's coming, you can't settle, you can't get comfortable, and the second you're trying to figure out what angle he's attacking from, boom, the left hand detonates. And it's not just about the strikes, it's the way he controls range, the way he uses feints, those little twitches of his hip, the shoulder roll, the smirk on his face. All of it is part of this creative puzzle he's building in real time, and fighters fall into it because they've never seen anyone fight like that before. It throws off your rhythm. It makes you cautious, and cautious fighters get picked apart. And even in fights he lost, like against Diaz or Khabib, you still saw that creativity. He's always trying to find something new, always experimenting. And that willingness to be unorthodox, to try things most guys would never risk on a big stage. That's part of what makes him iconic, because he's not just in there fighting, he's performing, he's innovating. And when you combine that unpredictability with real knockout power, it's a terrifying combination, because every second you're in front of him, you're guessing. And in fighting, the second you guess wrong, it's over. At the end of the day, man, when you break it all down, Conor McGregor isn't just some guy with knockout power. He's this wild mix of precision, timing, psychological warfare, explosive energy, and pure creativity that makes him unlike anybody else we've ever seen in the UFC. Love him or hate him, you can't deny that when he fights, the whole world watches, because you don't know if you're about to see something historic, shocking, or just completely insane. And that's the magic of it. That's why his name still echoes in this sport. Because guys like that don't come around often. They change the game, they raise the bar, and they remind you why fighting is so raw and so damn exciting. So whether you're a fan rooting for him, rooting against him, or just a fan of combat sports, watching Conor is like watching lightning in a bottle, and it's a ride you don't want to miss. So good luck on your own journey, whatever it is. Chase it with that same kind of fearlessness, because that's what makes life interesting. And hey, thanks for hanging out. Thanks for listening. I appreciate you. And I'll catch you on the next for listening. I appreciate you. And I'll catch you on the next one.